I did not think that I would be recording this type of video, nor did you guys who are seeing this probably expect a video like this to pop up on this channel, because obviously, if y'all didn't know when this channel was actually created, it was made to be a Mugen slash anime channel, and while I was re-uploading all of the Mugen, I kind of stripped it all away, and then it ultimately became a channel that doesn't currently have anything on it because all of the Mugen was moved back to my main channel, which is Hoodiegwop. If you are seeing this now, you should go down below, sub to the channel. On that channel, I'm trying to hit 6K before the end of the year, but if you're just here solely for this channel, that's cool too, because I'm kind of going to use this channel for a few different things. And by a few different things, I mean two. One, which you can easily tell by the title of this video, and then two, which is the one that I'm going to explain to you now. This channel is going to become a, might I say, anime discussion kind of channel. Now, I know there are plenty of those on the internet that more or less basically run down, for example, manga chapters, or episodes of anime, or seasons of anime, or even complete animes in a singular video. Shit like that. I am probably going to either more or less do stuff similar to that, where basically I'll take an entire week and possibly drop weekly videos, or maybe even every other week type videos, basically just running down the anime that I have been watching slash keeping up with. And if you guys personally have any suggestions that you would want to make as far as anime are concerned, and don't worry, this doesn't only have to be anime. This can also be manga related or even light novel related, and I will genuinely be willing to get into webtoons and stuff like that, because while part of YouTube is me just wanting to enjoy the aspects that are YouTube, I think I want to use this channel as more of just solely a passion type thing. For example, the love of video creating and then my love of anime all being put into one big clusterfuck that is going to be known as Just an Otaku. If you didn't already notice, the name changed. It was Just a Hoodie, but now it's going to be Just an Otaku. Obviously, I am still Hoodie. I'll still be going by Hoodie. But, the name Just an Otaku, or Just a Otaku, is probably a bit better for, YouTube algorithm or YouTube as a whole, because for some reason, and I don't understand it, the word hoodie is a bad word. I don't understand why, but it be what it be. Now, as far as our big focal point of this video, or most likely even my big focal point of this channel, is I randomly had just a random burst of wanting to create something. And as y'all can see from the title of this video, I decided that I'm going to write my own light novel. Now, obviously, I'm going into this not expecting to create something that can, potentially be a great seller, could potentially be something that ultimately becomes a manga, or even an anime at some point, stuff like that. I'm honestly just writing this just as a random type of passion project, because I've throughout my life have made plenty of stories, but I've never taken the time to put it to paper or let it be in a realm where anyone other than me has any idea of what is going on in it. So I'm using this random burst of creativity, random burst of energy to create my own light novel. Obviously, since it is going to be a light novel, I am going to follow the isekai route. However, one of the main things that I want to prioritize when it comes to making this light novel is not to follow so many generic isekai tropes, for example. I feel like when it comes to isekai, there are specific things when it comes to isekai that are really hard to avoid. For example, ultimately they usually have a cheesy style death, or their childhood can be very similar-ish, or even their upbringings can be similar-ish depending on what type of anime you pay attention to or isekai you pay attention to. For example, in my opinion, I feel like both So I'm a Spider, So What and that time I got reincarnated as a slime, their upbringings when they are in their, I guess you could say, most base forms possible is very similar to one another, and it's kind of hard to avoid those type of situations when build up in these stories where characters are literally being taken from another world into another one. It's really hard to build them up and completely ignore other things that have been done in other isekai. So what I want to do is try to, one, while playing off of the things that have already been done, obviously, I want to also be able to implement my own things to more or less make this story my own. Now, as far as what my intentions are with this whole thing, for one, it is currently November 4th, technically November 5th, I guess, since I'm recording this at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's currently November 4th, and my goal is to be able to have volume 1 of my isekai completely completed, or I guess you could say roughly completed, by December 4th, and I'll be able to release it. Not sure what I would be releasing it on, or how I would be releasing it, but I would want to actually release it to the public so people can give their honest criticism, because I'm not writing this expecting it to be good or anything, because ultimately I am not a writer. Truthfully speaking, I'm not a writer. I can create some type of stories, but at the same time, I feel like I also struggle with creating stories because I'm not perfect. I don't know the most ideal ways to do things or the most interesting ways when it comes to other things. Only things I know are the things that could possibly interest me and things that I've also seen. So I'm going to try to make the best type of story I possibly can, or at least the best beginning build up to the story I possibly can. What I want to aim for is somewhere around the 100 to 200 page mark as far as the beginning of this story is concerned. I'm not even sure if I can get there, because that is a lot of pages, and with how my time is currently set up right now, I'm really picking at straws to be able to really find time to work on this. But with it being a passion project, obviously I want to get it done. So come December 4th, that is my goal, to have the entirety of the first volume completed, whether it be a rough draft or not. I want to have it done. And I want to post it to you guys so you guys can see what the hell is even going on, or if there is even any type of potential when it comes to the story. All types of criticism, and I mean all types of criticism, are more than, and I mean more than welcome. So as far as the story itself is concerned, I want to just kind of give like the basic premise, because when it comes to him being reincarnated, I don't really know where I want to go with that yet, but I just want to follow or introduce the idea of it. So as far as what I've come up with so far, basically the main, or I could say primary main character in this story is a boy who, at the moment of his current life/death, his name is Ryu Shiozaki, and he is a high school kid that ultimately ends up, let's say, dying in an act or attempt in being a hero, my fault. But it doesn't necessarily play out the way that he expects it to play out. I won't say what happens to him or anything like that, but he basically dies in an act of being a hero. As far as the rest of the important cast that I've already thought of, I still don't necessarily know if I want to have them be brought back into the main story as, like, you know, something like a hero idea, similar to something that was done in Rise of the Shield Hero, or if I just want to make it like a full-blown story where there are 4 separate characters that all hold a very important role as far as main characters are concerned. That's kind of more the route that I want to play to, but I'm not really too sure how I want to do it. But the basis of it is this character, Ryu Shiozaki, and 3 of his other friends, names being Kotori, don't believe I gave her a last name, but I might have, Misashi, which is another one of his friends, and then Yui. All of them are celebrating Kotori and Misashi's birthday at an arcade. And while celebrating this arcade, you get brief moments of them, I guess you could say, enjoying one another's time before ultimately the climax of what we know as far as their not early, but I guess you could say their real world lives essentially comes to an end. Now, outside of Ryu, who is the main character, that is the only one that, as of right now, I can confirm does die. As far as the other three, I'm really not too sure what happens to them or how I really want to play with that much just yet, because I genuinely don't believe that they will be appearing in Volume 1, just as a, let's say, slight spoiler alert. Don't believe they'll be appearing in Volume 1, and honestly, I think I know how I want to end Volume 1 off, which also kind of, plays to the fact of me saying I don't necessarily want to make this like a regular isekai. But overall, as far as the title is, or as far as the title is concerned for the actual light novel, as of right now, this is just a prototype title. I'm just going with a simple name. Basically, it's going to be called Why Was I Reincarnated? Or What Did I Do to... I think that's what it is. I need to look at my notes. I didn't even look at my notes. Am I stupid? Okay, my fault. The name of the light novel is going to be What Did I Do to Get Reincarnated? Obviously, that name is definitely prototype to change as I continue to add more to the story, but that's basically it. And the picture that you guys see currently is an AI picture that I found on the internet. Actually, it was really, really dope. I've had this picture for a long freaking time, and I think this is kind of similar-ish to an idea of an older version of Ryu once he is reincarnated. The name for him, as far as when he is reincarnated, don't necessarily have anything set in stone just yet, but at least this picture gives a slight idea to what he will look like when he's older. I have to get art done and stuff like that for when he's younger, and also art done for what his friends look like, all of that. It's honestly a bunch to really think about and try to figure out how to all get it done, but at least I want to be able to commit for one volume. I want to at least commit for one volume and try to put out a more or less finished product just to see what exactly it could possibly turn into, It's really just a passion project, nothing to really be either happy nor mad about. I just want to give my all to it. See if you guys enjoy it, if there is even anybody watching this video. Because there's no one on this channel, so would there really be people watching this video? Hey bro, who knows? But hey man, Justin Otaku is signing out for the day. Hopefully you guys are willing to stick around with me and, pay attention or at least check out some of these anime discussions that I do decide to drop. If you see this video specifically, comment down some anime that you think I should either watch or give a, little step into, what I'm saying? Some anime might just be a complete review on the first episode. Some things might be, manga-wise. I might even start reading complete light novels. I've already been reading Jobless Reincarnation. That shit is fucking peak. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. Oh, shit. But like I was saying, hey, man, your boy... What? I almost said your boy Hoodie. I can't do my old intro, can I? I don't fucking... But hey, man, Justin Otaku signing out. Peace. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please stick around with me for, I guess you could say, this documentation of this light novel, and let's see how this goes, boys. Maybe this turns out decent, or maybe it turns into a complete flop and I waste my time, but hey, it is what it is.